Hello and welcome to Minor Players Medal of Honor Allied Assault Spearhead. This is the multiplayer map called Verschneit, and you may recognise this as Mission 6 level... jeez, I forgot what it was. It's either 2 or 3. It's certainly... no, it's 3. Yeah, because 1 was the being in the forest, the Siegfried Forest. Number 2 was where you get the STG-44, and then 3 is communications blackout. So this is definitely one of my more favourite maps, and this map was played quite a lot. And I think the main reason for that is kind of like with some of the others, you have all these little nooks and crannies that you can get into, but it's very big, and I think that's why people liked it. So obviously in the communications blackout, that area there was where you had to destroy the 2 little bunkers. So there's kind of 3 different routes here. You know, it's very similar for quite a few maps actually. You have this left route, this kind of more open, what feels like a road kind of route. And where I spawned was the Allies area. This area here is the Axis area, and this is where you escape in the mission. You can, in the mission, you come up here, but you can't actually get through that door. But you can get in some of these rooms and see what's in them. So this here is kind of like the sort of the middle area. You have, you know, rooms that you can get into. You have this kind of open area here where you can kind of see anyone, but this is probably the middle area, kind of up here, you know, through this building here. But then this area is the other side, so you can see how they're all very interlinked, and you can easily get from one to the other, one side of the map all the way to the other. So it's one of these where well, I mean, I know I said it was big, but it might not necessarily be as big as I thought. There's certainly, I know that there were a couple of big jumps that you can do, but I've completely forgotten exactly where they are. You can get up, where is it? Yeah, it's here. So the Axis have a few little areas they can get into quite easily. The Allies don't necessarily, but I don't think this is really a map that people would stay in one spot and snipe from. Obviously, you know, some people did, but it wasn't really a done thing. I found that in this map people were having to move around a bit more. This is probably one of the most used areas. You can just see how much you can see from here, and I know that, if I'm right in saying, yeah, you can jump over there. And so one thing I'd quite often do is, yeah, just make my way through here, and that was a good way to kind of hide. Oop, knew I was going to miss that. There we are. I knew I was going to hide it. This route here, I think, was probably where I went the most actually. Well, maybe that in the middle route, not the route on the other side, because this was very much, there's only one area you can go in it, so it's good to kind of just shoot and, you know, work together as a team trying to pick people off. But the other route I would go would be down this middle path here. However, when you get to here, I found you were very exposed, because someone over there could just about see you come through, anybody here can see you, and it really depends how much control your team have, because it could be the Axis have control of this area here, that little guardhouse and the path down there, and the Allies only really have control of this area, in which case coming out here isn't the right thing. But you could probably sneak your way down here, jump over, and then, oh, that's what I used to do, yeah, and then get onto this road. Yeah, that little thing I did there, I think I did every single time. So instead of coming up the stairs and being here where you're very exposed, what I would do is just jump up here, then you could see people down there, and quite often Axis would run down here not thinking there's anyone here. So what I'd do, obviously if you're an Axis and you're running around the corner, you can just chuck a grenade in there. That's pretty simple. But because when you're running down here, they don't always think to look in there. So whether I did or not, I imagine now it's certainly be a good idea just to check someone's there. They have very little chance of escaping without being killed. So what I do, so if I jumped up here, I would wait a moment, listen out. If I heard footsteps, I'd wait for them to pass, or cock a grenade. There you are. Easily taken out. Or let them pass and then kind of come out, make sure no one behind, and then take them out. See if I can flank them, because if my friends are, my allies are down here, then they're flanked. I mean, the Axis are flanked, so that definitely works quite well. Now, I would say that, yeah, if you wanted to change this map a little bit more, I would say this building here should have a little set of stairs that go up to round here. I think that, or like maybe that area there, I think that would be a great addition, because it's just another little path, another little way of getting from point A to B. Anything else? Maybe, well, you can see, I wonder how much of this actually is still open, because I know that if you were to come, yeah, they've kind of really untextured some of this, which you kind of wonder why. Like, why don't they just, oh no, I suppose it's to have less being, I suppose it's less to have loaded. And yeah, I don't think there's anything over here. There's still, it textured quite a bit of that. Oh, because you can probably see it from that balcony, that's right. And yeah, it's always interesting to see how much they've textured, and obviously some of these big buildings are ridiculously high. This would be a great place to live. At the same time, it would be a terrible place to live. Some of these buildings are huge. Never noticed that. Why they textured that, I don't know. Wonder what else they've... Oh no, it's just a nice little addition. Is this room textured? Nope. That's the one that you escape out of. Anything else around here textured? No, they've literally removed as much as they can. How much of this did they texture? And they've got bits here. How much of this? No, nothing really. I seem to remember, and I don't... Actually, was that where it was? What I'm remembering is, I'm sure I've seen some people get onto the roofs, and I can't for the life of me figure out how. I know you can get onto that ledge here by jumping onto this ledge and running over, but I'm pretty sure... Yeah. So you can... Yeah, you're being blocked by an invisible wall. So that definitely was a no-no. Obviously you can jump from one of these to the other, but it seemed to have been blocked. Let's, yeah, don't think you can quite get on there. I think that's a invisible wall. Not invisible wall, unsolidified bit there. But I can't think of how else you can get down there, because definitely not from that balcony. That obviously doesn't lead anywhere. You kind of want to say it would be maybe there, but I have a feeling that you can't get on there. I'm pretty sure they've blocked that off. And so I don't know what I'm thinking when... Yeah, they blocked it off. Yeah, you won't be able to jump there. I think you'll easily miss that. Because if you could get onto these roofs, I don't think you'd be able to go any further, because look how steep it is. So if I try... There's some servers where you speed up quite quickly. Yeah, it wasn't too far, but maybe if I were to turn around, do a 180 very, very quickly and stay on that ledge, or just run around in that building and then jump up here and jump across, maybe I'd get it, but probably not really. Don't think you can get... Oh yeah, this is one where you have to go up onto this little part here to get onto that wall. But if you were to, oh no, maybe not. I thought you could jump and then press W and that would get all the way to there. Can't jump that. Jumping that is a big gap. But I don't think there's really anywhere else you could go, because that you could, from there you can't get anywhere. So I'm probably thinking it wrong. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I shall see you in the next part.